All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rags to Riches podcast. I have a few special guests today. I'm going to let them go ahead and introduce themselves, and then we'll talk about the topic that we are going to discuss today.
Ladies first, Bridget.
Okay. Hi, my name is Bridget. Um, I'm so happy to be here. I can't wait to discuss this.
Right.
I am Hark Henry from the Thursday podcast. I am equally excited to be here with three new family members.
Mhm.
I don't have friends; I have family.
Absolutely.
My name's Tig. It's short for Tig the Realist. From Tig Talk Podcast Show. Excited to be here. Excited about this topic. It goes right down my niche. I'm happy to talk about it. I'm not in my normal setting. I'm not at home right now. 3 hours away from home. So sorry about the background. I'm at Granny's house. I ain't at my house right now. So,
That's the dopest background ever.
I'm
I
excited.
know,
I know, right? Nah, it's funny. The stuff back there in the cabinet. That stuff from Germany. They
Oh
military
man,
family. So
Oh, it's beautiful.
yeah,
I want the
yeah,
guy,
we got a
the
lot of
one
vintage
person to
stuff in here.
walk behind you again, come out the door.
My cousin, my cousin, my cousin,
he,
my
well,
little
he was
cousin.
walking across the. All right. Well, today we are
Nah,
going
the
to
door was
discuss.
open. He didn't know I was in here.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh man,
Everybody's
Now
welcome.
you
I'm
fine.
glad he didn't just have on some underwear.
Right.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
You talking about counsel off the internet. You talking about?
All right. Today we will be discussing do we feel like a man can have a woman friend if they're in a relationship? Me personally, I'll say no. What about you guys?
Okay, I'll say yes. I think
Oh,
we
you
can.
ain't on my side.
But just because I'm not
Oh
on your side does not mean I'm not
no.
open to your perspective on why, though. Like I think everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I think it's okay, but
Right.
there's things that it depends. So
Right.
for the most part, yes. Sometimes, occasionally, no.
I can
Um,
feel that.
yeah, I got a couple of them. I got quite a few of them.
So are you a
Okay,
yes?
so I
You think
think
so?
yeah, I think so. Just because men like was the one to approach. So when a man is friends with women, like I'm and most 9 times out of 10, I'm going to control what I'm going to approach my homegirls or not, and I know most of my homegirls, I'm not going to approach them in that way. So and then it's all about girl gotta trust me. She just gotta trust me. And I think it's bad I think it's being a bad friend. Like I just drop all my homegirl just because I got a girlfriend now.
Now,
So that's a conversation to have like at the beginning.
okay, now, the reason why now, in a sense, I agree. That depends on if you were friends before me, but for you to come and be friends after, absolutely not. No, it's a no go for me
I agree
because
with
either
that.
a woman is going to be vulnerable or he's going to be upset with his significant other and need that ear, and she's going to be more than that, especially if she don't have a man. So I say no.
And
I say no.
especially if she doesn't have a man, that part. Listen, the worst part about that is that I hated when I was single and being the single friend was not like, well, just because I'm single means I want to have sex with your husbands or want to be with your man. Like I'm
Right.
just not with anybody right now, but it doesn't mean I'm open to everyone.
Right.
So, but I still understand what you're saying. It's still the same thing. Like, you know, she might be a little bit more tempted. I might say it
Right.
depends. And I do agree. If you guys were friends before me, then by all means, like you don't have to cut off any relationships that you had with anyone before me because I'm
Right.
not going to do that either. So
Right.
I wouldn't expect that of you.
Yeah,
Right.
like I said,
I mean, I definitely agree with that.
I have about 4 or 5
I don't.
female
I don't.
friends.
I'm just gonna be honest. I don't. And a lot of times, and I want to say it's because I've been through it. Like I done been friends with a female that was cool with me and him, and then we was cool with their boyfriend, and then when she got upset with her boyfriend, she actually invited him to go to go get a room, and he was man enough to even come tell me. So I was like what, that's weird. So I'm real funny when it comes to stuff like that, because if you don't like me, then you don't like him. That's
Hmm.
how I see it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right. Yeah, like I said before, I have about 4 or 5 good female friends that I've known for a while, and my wife knows each and every one of them. I think she's even adopted them as her friends at this point.
right.
So
That's important.
yeah, the thing though,
Absolutely.
it's definitely something that can happen because my one of my female friends, just called her Mo. She's like a sister, and her little sister and her brother, we're extremely like family, and they know if they call me now, and if it's something I can do for them, I'll do it. And Mo has hung around with my boys who I consider brothers, so she know the game, she know us, she know all about what's going on. But even though I have female friends, there's no way that they could be sitting up in the house with me waiting while my wife is coming home, because
I
we've
agree.
said there's boundaries. There has to be boundaries. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
So I don't want to come, even if you at your mom's house and y'all sitting outside and y'all the only ones there, I don't want to come up and see just you and your friend there. Like if you wasn't introduced in the beginning as
Yeah.
that's my friend to me, then it's not your friend. And then if I come up and see like a female and I'm like, well, or even if I come around it, oh, that's my friend. No, it can't be, because I wasn't introduced to her as that. So,
Hmm.
it's hard sometimes when you have that trust. You have to have trust, but sometimes it's hard.
Yeah. And even in that aspect, you have to the friends the relationship has to change if you're entering that other space of a serious relationship. And you've got to be mature about that, setting those boundaries. And even though you and your female friend or male friend might be really close, you've got to set that boundary of hanging out when she's not around or he's not around,
Correct.
or doing things that he or she's not aware of. So you definitely have to be mature about it. But if it seems like there's something to cover up or some backdoor stuff, even if there's not, you're going to raise suspicion and you're going to light up
Absolutely.
insecurities.
Absolutely. And then a lot of times I see it as too, like, okay, well, you saying this is your friend, but what if she has friends that's feeling you? You get what I'm saying? So if her friend is feeling
Oh,
you, then you gon' you know what I'm saying? So, a lot of things go through my head here, honey. A
yeah,
lot.
I don't associate with the friends' friends.
Yeah. I think
So
I definitely made my mistake in the past. I made my mistake in the past. I didn't. My last girlfriend got very upset. It's one of the few arguments we had. Like she got very upset. I didn't get it at the time, but I did have to cut off one female friend
Hmm.
because of her. But I didn't get it at the time because me and the female friend, I had known her like years before I had got my last girlfriend. We had relations starting off like we weren't dating officially, but college, like, yeah. So yeah, and then just being friends. Then I got year some change later, I got my own girlfriend, and I actually like she had caught in my phone that I had my female friend. We had stopped talking for a little while, and then she had just randomly hit me up one day. I guess she was just like checking on me, asked me how I'm doing and stuff. And my girlfriend knew about her, and she did not like that. At the time, I did not understand why she was so upset. Did not understand why. I was like, it was so, in my head. It was like a year plus ago we had relations. Like it wasn't nothing. Like I just stopped messing with her and I got with you immediately. It was like it was
but
just
it
saying.
happened.
Like we've been friends for a while
It
now. Ain't really no
happened.
feelings there. I get it now. I get it now. Like, yeah, okay, I understand.
I tell you, bro,
I get it now. So
you can't dig them out, then be friends.
Right.
And then like, no, we just cool.
But in my mind, I didn't do anything wrong. I was like, she hit me up. She just asked me how I was doing and stuff. We wasn't really flirting. We wasn't really doing nothing like it. Was literally like a text chain of probably like a few minutes. But she's singing and yeah.
That's a no-go. That's a no-go.
But
That's
we got
a
through
no-go.
that though. We got through that. We got through that. I know now. I know now. Okay, yeah, I know now. All my female friends now, we had never had relations like that. So
Right.
I know that.
Not like that.
So anybody watching, so I'm single on the market. So any girls that watching, they can know like, okay, we ain't got to worry about that situation in the future. I learned my lesson.
It won't be like that one.
It won't be like that.
It won't be like that.
Oh my god.
So my boyfriend and I, we've been together for a little over 6 years, and he has a lot of friends, all types of friends. I have a lot of all types of friends because we're just really social people. Man, woman, it really doesn't matter, but it is important, I think, that your friends become their friends, like your friends of the opposite sex become friends, so that you're more comfortable knowing like, okay, they're cool too. Because one of the things he didn't necessarily like it, but I can't help that people like me. His his friends, his friends that were women became friends with me and started talking to me, like, just as much, if not more than him. And they would all be like, oh yeah, we're Team Bridget now. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like that's our friend. Like they adopted me into it. And he's like, well, that sucks because they were my friends first. I'm like, yeah, but if they're on my team and we're together, that means they're happy we're together.
Right. And we don't have to worry about, well, hopefully we wouldn't have to worry about nothing then.
Yeah.
But I can get that. But like I said, I agree with if they were friends before, you know what I'm saying, and nothing happened like that again. But as long as that, never happened, then I'm fine. I'm more fine with it. But if it's just a female that just coming in as a friend and we've been together, like me and my guy, we've been together for over 20 years. So I know all your friends. So if a female friend come and you talk about that's your friend, no, that's a no-go for me. Absolutely not. Ain't no friend. Where?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I understand.
Yeah.
I keep the lines of communication.
Hey, everybody here relationship and stuff.
Well, we gonna get you somebody. Let me tell you, any single women watching, y'all make sure y'all hit my boy up.
Stick you banging your old friend.
Oh, I wish I was at home right now. I wish I was at home right now. My soundboard. I play the soundboard. Listen. I'm single. I'm in Atlanta. I got a career job. I got dreads and beard. It's summer right now, but winter coming up. I got a little belly to go ahead and total with. You ain't got to worry about being cold at the time. So yeah.
What's that one song that's out about the fufa, the poop? What is it called, fufa?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
A little bit of fufa, and that's okay.
Oh yeah.
So it's all right. Hey, ladies, he's single. Y'all hear about it, and if y'all single, y'all hit him up now. It's okay. We can make a love connection on here too.
I'll send a couple down there. I'll send a couple down there to you. Buddy.
Send them to my boy. Nah, he feeling kind of lonely because all us in relationships now.
Send them all down here.
And if you got them all at once, then you can choose your friends accordingly. And then when you hook up with one, then she said, well, Park sent all these down here, so these are my friends, so don't get upset.
Right. And make sure whenever you do get you this lady, Introduce her to all your female friends. Don't try this your friend later on, and then she find out you done slept with sister girl.
Don't introduce her to the ones you bang though.
No, please don't.
Yeah, yeah, those ain't
I,
friends.
I ain't got no
No.
female friends that I banged now.
Okay,
All of them are friends.
okay.
All four of them.
Good.
All four of them are
He
friends.
said all
Now,
I keep
four.
I keep I keep a cap of female friends. I can't have too many. I keep a cap
Good.
number. You know, get four. I get 4 to 5. That's it. 4 to 5. Rest of them homies. Rest of them are homies.
Well, besides him, have y'all ever had any incidents where you or your significant other was friends with somebody that they have dealt with?
There's only one friend of his that I told him after meeting her, like, I didn't really get the vibes that I wanted from her. Like he has,
Woman's intuition.
yeah, it was just something about it where it's like with everybody else, there was almost instantly like, oh, okay, like that's your friend, and the vibe was right. But this one, it was like, it's been off. It's been off this whole evening. So I let him know, and she hasn't actually come by ever since. So
was that somebody he was messing with before, or
no,
okay, okay,
She was feeling him though.
there was just something where it was
Yeah,
like,
let me tell you, we know as
mhm,
women, we know when a woman is feeling our guy.
mhm,
And we know, and even if we try to tell them like, now homegirl, nah, you
yeah,
just jealous,
yeah,
or you everybody always, they always try to turn it, but we know when somebody is feeling our dude.
mhm,
Hey, we know.
yeah,
we do.
yeah. So let's flip this conversation because it
What?
said
What?
because the question is, can a man be friends with a female? Well, can a woman?
I still say no.
You know, so across the board, it's no for you.
It's
Period.
no, because in all honesty, I don't. Now, when I was younger, I actually had a best friend that was a guy, and I used to hook him up with girls. So
Mhm.
I know. So I know what. Also, but like I said, I was much much younger. And those girls, they wasn't with anybody. So, if he'll be like, okay, well, you can hook me up with such and such, and I'm like, okay, well, let me find out, and then I go talk to her, and she's like, yeah, no, but neither one of them was in a relationship. But I say no because it's the same thing. Like that guy can be feeling you, and he might not like your guy. So he'll do anything to sabotage that relationship as well as the girl will. So my answer is still no.
Right, right. A few years back, there was a gospel artist. I don't remember who it was, but she said that if her female friends came to town, that they could stay in the house with her and her husband. And
Remember that.
I forgot who it was. So me and my wife had a discussion about that, and then we were just like, "Well, if they're your friends, they should be your husband's friends too. So who don't you trust? You don't trust your man, or you don't trust your
Mhm.
girlfriends? So that was a question we had discussed and talked about and ran back and forth because it was really interesting how she was really adamant about not even, I mean, her female friends, but I would just think that if they're your friends, they're his friends too. But it looks like to me there's like something deeper, deeper in that, in either in their relationship with her husband or with her friends.
Right.
Um,
Well, you go ahead, Bridget.
sorry. Um, because I want to touch on both of those things. So first, I'm going to
Right.
say yes. I think if for me, if it's going to be a yes, that he could have friends, with all the exceptions that we already named, the people that he knew before you and that you jive with, right? And that you become friends with, that's fine. Then I think that it's the same for me.
Right.
So I can have, like, I'm not going to cut off any of the relationships that I had prior to you, just because they're men. And I just feel like it's unfair to be, sorry, my voice. It feels sometimes like it's unfair to be so just to assume that people are going to just go straight to sexual or
Right.
romantic things just because they have opposite parts. It's like I understand that we're all human, we all have needs and desires and things that we want, but there's so much more to us than just that it's possible to like be in the room or the house
Right.
with someone
Right.
of the opposite, sex without thinking, yeah, we're gonna do something tonight. No, it's not always that sexually charged and driven at every moment of our lives. So I don't necessarily agree with that. What you said earlier,
Right.
with your friend not being able to stay in your own house just because you have a husband. Like, yeah, who do you not trust? Your husband or
Right.
your friend? Because then something's off.
Right. Right.
I agree. And again, I'm more so take of, even though if they don't feel each other, say if one of their friends is feeling that friend, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So you're more of his friend or you're more of her friend. So you're going to take that side and you're going to
Mhm.
be like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? All of us cool. So let me go ahead and try to hook that up. That's how I see things, and then,
Mhm.
if you have friends and that stand, mm, I don't know. I'm like,
Well, you wouldn't know
Diamond,
anyway.
what's her name? No, I wouldn't. But I'm like,
Right.
I'm like Diamond off Player Club. You walk around the house in your underwear.
Oh,
That's what the
No, they
first
can't
thing.
do that.
no.
That's what's gonna come to my
Yes, you
head. Like,
can do.
some of them might think, okay, they sleep, so let me sneak and go get me a cup of water. But now you in your underwear.
Mhm.
No,
No, no,
Mhm.
we can't do it.
no.
And you know what? I used
Well,
to
I
date
got
a
a I
girl.
got a different perspective about
Go ahead,
the
Ted. Go ahead, Ted.
men's like. So I got a different perspective about my bad. So the man that going off on Richez, I think when it comes to men being friends with women, I'm not gonna say all of them like this. 'Cause I definitely think there's definitely like a good amount out there. Like I think it's definitely possible for men and women to like be friends without the sexual component of it. But I think I will say there are a lot of friendships out there that I think even though it seems like there will never be a chance of a sexual component to, I think there'll always be there's some friendships out there there'll be a line that in a certain situation, especially on God's side, because I think sex and me, the meaning of sex is like different for men than it is for women, different.
Hmm.
So I think there is a line out there where a guy would willing to cross that line with his female friend and turn into a sexual thing. I think that's something to always be aware when it comes to men and women friendships.
And in that case, you're correct. Two consenting adults shouldn't do that. But then, who is it in that situation for me that you don't trust? Like, if I can't, I have trust in my partner. That's where basically my confidence comes from the fact that I trust him like completely.
Right.
There's no shadow of doubt in my mind. And I know he's a man and I know he has urges because we communicate a lot of how we feel with each other,
Hmm.
so, very openly, but I still trust them. And I know, like, it's the women outside that I need to make sure stay in their own lanes.
Hmm.
Like, even if I trust you to drive, anybody can swerve into your lane.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you're an evasive driver, you can brake, you can, get over, you can stop. I trust you to be able to take the wheel and do what's right. But I still understand everybody's perspective. Like, I'm not over here like, you're free, Dave. Do whatever you want with that. Like, it's not that loose, but it's just a level of trust where that's my person and I trust him completely.
But she dropped. She done left us again.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right. We could keep it going. We could keep it going. I dated a woman a long time ago,
That's
and
interesting.
she actually moved into her friend's house. Her friend was married,
Mm.
and she was going through this transition. So um, when we were having a conversation, and she was like, "Yeah, I got to get out of here." And I'm like, "Why? What's going on?" Because since she moved in, the husband and wife had started arguing a little bit. And the woman I was dating, she had a great shape to her. And I guess one of the arguments was like, how come you don't get in shape like your friend? so I guess there's some situations that particular gospel artist might have had a point. But, depending on who she trusts, but, I can understand how uncomfortable she could be being in that situation, because she went into that thinking that she was mutual friends with both of them, but then comes to find out he might be kind of looking at her a little bit on the side, seeing what's going on and taking his sexual frustrations out on his wife. So that's definitely a scenario, an issue that men and women can run into with their friends, because if they're like, my wife is pretty secure in hers, but if she wasn't, if I had a woman that she felt was more attractive to her, she might take a few digs or start having a problem with her being around, because her insecurities would start to heighten up. And I can see how men can do that. It's like, why that dude always coming around? I think Martin had an episode of that when dude wanted to take Gina out, but he was trying to get to Pam. He was like, no. And it was an episode where Keith Washington came on there.
They always make it seem so sneaky,
right?
Because it is like if it's the partner or the friend or the random stranger, whatever it might be, does something like that, like makes it known like that I'm available. At that point, that's when your trust really gets tested, and your character and your strength really has to speak for itself.
Yeah.
That anybody can be put in that situation.
Yeah. Your boy Steve Harvey came out.
Well, I got an interesting story.
Okay, go ahead, share that. No, go ahead.
Thought you good. Yeah. So I got it. So I'm going back on like one talk she told me earlier about stories. Like, so funny things, like one of my closest guy friends now, about my ex. He actually dated my ex before I did. This is funny. Yeah. But I didn't know. But see, it ain't too bad. It's not as bad as it sounds, because I didn't really know him like that until I was probably about halfway through my girlfriend's relationship.
Right.
My ex's relationship, and he dated her maybe like a couple years before I did, and his relationship with her wasn't as long as mine. So they dated for like a few months. Me and my ex were together about 2 years. So yeah, that's funny now, because we actually close friends now. Like, we actually live like a mile from each other in Buckhead, a mile from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we probably like hang out, like we go grab a beer or something. Probably every weekend, every other weekend we get there. Yep. So yeah, that's a funny thing.
Y'all talk about her?
About who?
Do y'all talk about her?
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, actually the first time one of the first times I hanged out with him was we back in college, because that's how we met in college. And we was at a I was at a friend's Halloween party.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my girlfriend, she wasn't there. She didn't go to the party. So but he was there, and I remember like probably 30 minutes into the party, like my friends asked me like, "Hey, where your girl at? Where Bree at?" And I was like, "Oh, she had to work tonight. She couldn't get off work tonight." And as soon as they start asking about her, I caught my eyes, he started looking different. Like, he started looking funny. I didn't know why. I didn't know why. And then that was another friend, my mutual friend, told me like, "Hey, he used to date Bree." I was like, what?
Wow.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. I didn't get mad at her for not telling me, because like I didn't really know him like that at the time. Now she knew like me and him were friends and stuff. Then I was like, okay, why you ain't tell me? Like,
I would have been mad at that.
But
I would have been mad at that.
I don't know. I don't think, but the reason I saw her because I don't think I would honestly say I don't think she knew that I knew him. Cause like, but that time I want to see him like only when I was at that friend's house. I didn't really like know him like that. I would just see him around,
Right.
know him like so at that time. But I didn't know him as much as I know him now. Much as I know him. So yeah, we definitely talked about that. Yeah, we both talked about how we both dodged a bullet. No, we both dodged. He's happy with that.
Right. Like, man, I hated Bree, man. Yeah, Bree was a hoe, and stuff like that. Those are conversations y'all had. Oh, stupid Bree. Nah, what I was gonna say before.
Well, he had a lot worse experience with her than I did. So.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay. Then that
you
makes
go ahead,
sense.
man. Yeah, you go ahead.
Well, everybody's homeboy Steve Harvey. He came out and interviewed because I watch a lot of stuff, get my material, and he said he don't have female friends, and he went on this elaborate thing of saying men and women can't be friends, and he gave all the reasons why, and my thing was on that. And I had left a comment, and I hope he saw it, which he probably did. I was like, you don't speak for me, Steve, because you're incapable of drawing that line between you and another woman while you're married. Especially, he done married up 2 side chicks, so he don't need no female friends. But he can't sit there and speak for every man out here because he said any man with a female friend is automatically trying to get sex with him. And that's not true. And I don't believe that. And I think if that's something that's festering in the back of your mind or something you're dealing with, you definitely need to remove yourself from that relationship if you are in a serious relationship with somebody else.
I completely agree.
You got my legal first.
I was just gonna say that he can't speak for everybody just because he has no self-control.
He can't.
I don't like it when people put everyone in a box. That part, that's why people are so afraid or ashamed to actually go for what they want or be who they are because they believe I'm in this box that they say that I'm in. Just because I am a man means I'm going to for sure be like this. Just because I am a woman, I'm for sure like just gonna have sex with whoever, or I can't control myself. He has a girlfriend, so somehow now I'm even more attracted to him. No, you don't get to speak for everybody's experience.
Right. So Bridget, how did you present your male friends to you're married, right? Your husband or your boyfriend?
No, we just are just a year short of common law, but no. Okay. We've just been together long term. Really, it wasn't ever a thing, to be honest. When I met him and got to know him, it was like, whoa, somebody, like, we don't agree on everything by any means. But when it came to basic foundational stuff, like, if we're going to do this, we trust each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just the way that he talks and is with them, and I've seen him around so many different people, he's never somebody new for someone else. Like, he doesn't put on a performance. He's who he is. So he's really just authentically him for everyone.
Right.
And I've never seen him be grimy and all of this other stuff. So I do fully trust that he has control, and meeting his people, because he's like that, he has good people in his life. He's a good judge of character as well. So if he's cool with them, then I'm cool with them. And we said to each other before, like, I think that was a couple of years ago, we were like, really honestly, if anybody I know says anything negative, like says not anything negative, if they say, I don't really like him, you know what I mean? Or that's a sign to me something's wrong with you. Like, that's how much I feel kind of connected to him.
Right.
That it's like, if someone has a problem with you, that just lets me know about their character. Because why would they? If they actually got to know you, if they just, So it was easy to meet his friends. It wasn't like a
Well, I would
big.
say with like,
Oh, you can go.
I ain't mean to cut you out. I would say so. This is where I guess I have a little different thing about the whole Steve Harvey thing. I ain't gonna say he's 100%
I
right.
was waiting for it.
I'm not gonna say he's 100% right. I'm not gonna say 100% right, but I will say I don't think men and women were originally like created to be friends. But what I say he's wrong is I think it's possible. I definitely think it's possible. It's all about people, your person, your own self control, and your own mindset to it. I think, and I would say, yeah, he shouldn't discriminate because everybody's different. Everyone, some
Mhm.
people don't have the same care for sexual relations with everyone versus other people. So it's all about individual person's mindset.
Right.
It's true.
Um, I don't think I really had. Well, I know I didn't have an issue. Like I said, my wife is pretty secure in hers. Um, but what I don't bring anything into. I don't bring anything to into my home that I can't handle or that I can't put a grasp on. So from the beginning, she like I said, she knew about my friends and like my top best friend who lives in another city. She knows all about her our relationship and how far, excuse me, and how far we go back. And I invited both of them, her and her little sister, because I'm tight with her little sister, like I said before. I invited both of them to the wedding, and I even have a. I think I even posted a picture one time with me and her. Um, but the only reason why if she was a guy, she would have been a groomsman. Put it like that's how close we are.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
it was important that she was there, or at least made every attempt to be there. And even though we're not, as we age, we kind of grow apart because we have other things going on in our lives. I'm still there for her. And every once in a while, she'll text me, say, "Hey, I love you. I was thinking about you. I love you," and I'll do the same.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no lines to be crossed there or anything like that. As far as any of the other ones, like I said, I just kept the lines of communication open, and the ones that are here locally, one in particular, who we both hate, we hate to like each other, but her and my wife are good friends, and they call each other sisters, and um, they hang out, which is cool for me as long as she's comfortable hanging out with that person or can hold a long conversation with that person without getting a bad vibe. I'm fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was a friend and she said, "Well, I got a problem. I don't like how she looking or cutting her eyes," I would have to remove her from the equation. I would have to tell her why.
Mm-hmm. And that's the type of mindset I would like.
Yeah,
But I think Dave pretty much has as well. Um, so from my perspective, I appreciate that. Um, I just want to also be clear, kind of like you made it very clear, but I wanted to be clear as well. I don't really use the term friend loosely. So I'm not just
right,
talking about, like anyone that we have
right,
seen
right,
many times. You know what I mean?
right,
Uh, Friendships are something that I take seriously. Those
right,
are important relationships that we have. So I'm not saying this about every single man that I know.
right,
If you're my friend, then that means something to me.
right, right, right. And like I said, I don't have friends. I have family, and
Mhm.
the people that come over here, we treat them like family. So,
Mhm.
like I said, she hangs out with my friend and my whatever, the one that hates me,
Yeah,
but they hang out. And I got, like I said, I got a couple others. She doesn't have any male friends though. No, she doesn't.
your wife.
No, not
Okay.
not like not like best male friends or nothing like that. I think she knows some guys, but there's nobody for me to know.
When I feel like when you do have a close friend of the opposite sex, there's something special about that relationship because it's like, and I mean, just when you're friends too, this is someone who can give me more insight and perspective, you know,
Mhm.
from a man's standpoint than, you know, my lady friends can. And I
Right.
like, you know, I like to hear it from everyone's point of view. I'm not just going to get all of my facts from women or get all of my facts from men. Like, okay, I want to hear
Right.
what everyone has to say. Like, that's how you expand your thinking. So when you do have a friendship like that with someone of the opposite sex, it's really special.
Yeah.
Definitely. I have a few of them that stemmed in college. Nothing sexual about it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Even though it was college. Nothing, nothing about the friendship with those that I'm talking about was anything like that. And we're still friends now. We've actually went on a trip with them before. Um, so I don't know. I got lost in going in a circle, my bad. But
I understand. I understand.
So
Uh-oh.
I got
She
I
coming
got one
back.
in
She back.
particular.
Hey y'all,
woo!
Yeah.
I am sorry.
Well, there she goes.
I had to go to be a different sort. So sorry, I'm back.
Tig,
That's
Tig was
fine. That's
dogging you.
fine.
He was talking bad about you and
Mhm.
everything.
Oh really? Nah,
I
I
don't know.
ain't hook you up with nobody.
Oh wow! There
Nah,
ain't
I ain't hook
no
you up with
such
nobody. You
thing.
done killed that chance for me trying to hook you up.
I ain't do
He was
no
like, man,
such
I
thing.
could be
I ain't do
finding
no
you one
such
right
thing.
now.
I ain't do no such thing.
Nah,
Wow.
he was cool. He was cool.
Mhm.
All
You
right,
just
so what we is the discussion still about the friends and
yeah, we
Mhm.
held it down
all
pretty
right.
good.
Yeah, we
You
did.
All
know.
right, so what I missed? What I
What
Oh
missed?
yeah.
what let's ask
Me.
so let's ask you the question because you said no all across the board.
Right.
So are you telling us between you and you're married, right?
We're not married, but we've been together. Well,
Okay.
you could say we married. Hell,
Okay.
we've been together for over 20 years. So,
Okay. So he has no female friends and you have no male friends at all, period.
well, I don't have no male friends, but my family. He has female friends, but they were friends before us. You know, they were like from high school. You know, different stuff. But where we at now? No, I
Okay.
ain't going.
Okay.
I ain't going. Period. No.
Okay.
No, 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 no.
Yeah. We
Like I
we
said, you know, friends before me is fine, and then because they were introduced to me as his friend. But you know, if he was to tell me
No,
she locked up again. Tig,
no.
start talking about her.
Locked up, won't let me out. Locked up.
No, I get what she said. I one of my friends, the one that hates to like me,
Mhm.
she was actually friends of one of my exes, and I guess I kind of adopted her, unfortunately.
Mhm.
And
Unfortunately.
if she happens to be listening to this podcast, she knows exactly what I'm talking about. And my wife she wasn't concerned about her,
Mhm.
but she was concerned about um, the past relationship that she had with the ex girlfriend, and those concerns didn't last long because me and the ex didn't have anything. But she said, "Does she know stuff that went on?" I said, "She knows a lot," and I said, "That's why she's still a friend because she knew her friend was crazy, so that's why she's my friend now." But and I think sometimes she shares those stories, some of the things I had to go through, and I don't have a problem with that at all. But it's just how things turn out, and that's just why she and I are friends, and me and her have a relationship where we joke. But we and her had a conversation a couple weeks ago, and my wife says I can be a little bit harsh, and I said, well, I didn't know I was being harsh. I was just being truthful about the situation, and so I think I helped her out with what was going on. But like when you have that friendship, and things are harsh like that, you still keep your friendship and your love for each other, and nothing
Right.
ever gets
Mhm.
construed in between there.
Right. I mean, but that's a true friend. To me,
Yeah.
if you can don't tell me what I want to hear, but tell me what I need to hear. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
so if you whether you feel like it'll hurt my feelings or not, tell me. I'd rather hear the truth than a lie. Don't be on my side because you feel like this is what I want to hear.
Yep.
So I
Right.
mean, harsh is good sometimes.
Yeah, because Bridget alluded to the point that sometimes she can talk to her male friends, I guess, to get another perspective of what's going on. Like if she's having an issue in the relationship, I'm sure she doesn't
Mhm.
divulge all their conversation,
Oh yeah.
but she
I
could
mean,
probably be like, "What does this mean when he's doing this type of stuff?"
Right.
we talk a lot. We talk about different things than just the relationship, though. I just definitely want to be clear. And it was usually back more so when I was dating because I've been friends with them for so long.
Mhm.
Like, I don't understand. Why are they out there doing this? What's wrong with them? There's something going on.
Right.
But now, like even all of them are married, so it's kind of like their wives are cool with me. I'm cool with them. We're all friends. It's fine. It's nothing like that.
I mean, but these were friends before you and him,
Mhm.
right? So that's
Yes.
why I say it's a different. Like me and him, we're both from Florida, but we moved to where we at now. So we had no friends here.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
back at home, he did, and you know, we were cool. If they was his friends, we talked, we conversated. But like here, we all came here together. So if that's not if it wasn't introduced as
Mhm.
to me as your friend, then it's not your friend.
Right.
Yeah. I think.
Because I don't know that attention of that person, because like I said, one girl here done that. Like we were cool. We were cool with her. We were cool with her boyfriend. And then she turned around, and when she was upset with her boyfriend, she went to him and was trying to get him to sleep with her.
Ooh.
So, mm-mm.
Did you
But
cut her?
oh, absolutely. I
You
want to
cut
do
her?
more than
Oh.
cut her. But she's on that back burner. I was like, because if she crossed you like that, I mean, imagine what else she'll do. No,
Mhm.
I was like, oh no. I still today, and she'll throw her hand up, and I look at her like she damn crazy. But she know what she did. I didn't even have to. I don't even have to go to you to tell you because you knew what you did. That was just that was wrong on so many levels.
Definitely.
Now I'll say.
I got a friend. There you go.
Go ahead, Ted.
Oh man. So I ain't gonna lie. It just happened to me. But yeah, so one of my homies, like he was dating this girl, and the whole thing, he met her, like I wasn't there. I had actually was like going to Jacksonville. I had took my girlfriend Valentine's Day weekend that time, and I remember he came back and he had met this girl at this party doing Valentine's Day weekend. So fast forward, they date, all that. So apparently his girl's best friend also wanted him. Also, yeah. So after they broke up, her best friend got with him. And they had a
Uh,
little relations, not actual
uh,
relationship, but yeah. So
mm,
I want to ask y'all, do you ever worry about that? Do you ever would you ever worry about that as a thing with a
yeah,
female best friend with your female best friend? Cause I watched
yeah,
that happen like 5 times. I was like, it was crazy to me. It was crazy. That's like the whole
yeah.
time you wanted your best friend's man.
And it
But this is why I
happens.
say
That's
women
why
gotta be careful when you friends with like female friends, you have to be careful. You have to be careful because she was sitting there. They had like a whole group chat with her friends. She was telling her like how good D was with her boyfriend
oh
and all this and that. So telling her female friends that. So she had a best friend, like hearing all this, how good her boyfriend was. When they broke up, she hopped right on in.
See, that's why you don't tell nobody your business, too, especially not your bedroom business.
Yep.
You don't tell it because they gonna want to find out.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
And let me tell you, I have a story about that too. Let me tell you, I have plenty of stories. But I had a friend, and we was my uncle was married to, it was her cousin. So you know, we call each other family anyways. And I had a friend that actually was friends with me and her that came back and told me that her and the guy that I was talking to started messing around. And that was me. I was telling her what was going on. I was telling her, you know, stuff that was happening. And I guess she wanted to find out too. So but yeah, oh God, I could have choked that hoe.
Yeah.
1-900 choked that hoe.
Yeah, my man Quentin in the chat, Quentin said you got to set boundaries, man.
I agree.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing in these relationships. You got to set boundaries. You got to let people know where they stand, where they are, and that's not just outside but inside. So even if you, and this is not to you guys, this is just like a message that's out there, because if this gets replayed, people need to hear this stuff. If you're in a relationship, you can no longer enter your relationship with a single person mindset at all. Even if they are your friends from years ago, you can no longer approach that long-term friend, male or female, as with the single person mindset if you're in a serious relationship or even on the verge of getting married. You got to set those boundaries, because when you're starting to let people come into your new circle or your union, and they don't know where they sit or stand, that can definitely cause a lot of problems going down the line.
I agree 100%.
I do too.
Absolutely. And Quentin, he definitely said, you know, you gotta set some boundaries. Every friendship whatsoever. I definitely agree. Now we can talk about if we went out to lunch. We can talk about that, but my bedroom boom, we can't talk about. You know, we got to leave that. We got to leave that.
Now I do
to discuss, because you know, if you say too much, somebody's gonna want to find out.
Right.
Especially if you saying good stuff. If you tell them they got a little weed, they probably ain't gonna want to know. But if you telling them some good stuff, they definitely gonna want to find out.
No, I do have
short. I got to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to go. Yeah, I got to go teach my I'm about to go teach my brother and sister how to drive. So pray for me.
Okay.
Aww.
All right.
Well, we definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining.
Stay in contact, brother. I love you,
appreciate y'all having me on.
Yes, sir.
It was so nice to
check
meet
out
you.
all your platforms, and I'd love to come on again. I appreciate you for inviting me.
Definitely. We all got to do this again.
Now I'm about to get outnumbered here.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Sorry, brother.
But look, y'all, you and Bridget, y'all agree on a lot of things, though.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm the outcast of the family.
You're right. Yeah. It's not an outcast.
I do have a female friend who I consider a sister, dude, that I met after I got married. And it's only because we work together. And I think how we got so cool. But I'm gonna tell you about her though. And I think the reason why we got so cool is because we were the only people of color in the whole company. Right. Yeah. So, you know, in those situations, you know, I stay quiet and I stay out the way, because things happen, things get said, and you know, certain people end up in trouble. But me and her talked, we connected, we was cool. My wife met her, they immediately clicked, and you know, we talk here and there, you know, saying what's up and all this other stuff. So there was something recently, we were going to get insurance off of her, you know, because we were looking to change insurance for our home and everything like that. And I think what she said to me And when I told my wife, this thing makes, how should I say, this makes my wife love her more as a friend when I told her this. So, because even though it was a business transaction, she said, well, make sure it's okay with your wife that I call you.
Yes, that's
So,
respect.
so I was like, no, it's cool, it's cool. And she's like, no. She said, I respect y'all union. I respect what y'all got going on. I know we cool, but make sure to let her know and ask if it's all right if I call or let me call her. So I told my wife that. She said, oh, that's my girl. So and that's just, like I said, that's just that, like I said, those things where I don't have friends, that's family now. So, if she ever needs something, she knows I got her, and we stay in contact quite a bit as well. So, but when you got people who know their position and your position, that's a good thing.
Absolutely. That is respect.
Right, right. Because people take,
at least she respects you as well as your wife. So that's always a up one for me. That's an A plus.
Right.
I agree with that. There was, okay, so when me and my boyfriend just had gotten together, we're still very new in the relationship. We met his favorite cousin and his favorite cousin's wife, and we hit it off really well. That's his favorite cousin, and his wife is cool too. And we always spend time together when we can, even though they live in a different state. So whenever we get together, we have fun. But I knew that his wife didn't like his ex. And when I asked, when she was talking about like, oh, I'm so glad that he's with you now. I didn't really like the girl he used to be with. I got curious and I'm like, okay, well, why not? And she would do that. She would call her husband, which at that point he was, I think, her boyfriend, but she would call him at the wee hours of the night to ask him advice. And that's stuff where it feels like, duh, that's the boundary you don't cross. Like, why would, you know what I mean? There's things that you feel like people should know.
Right.
That's not
right.
the right type of etiquette to do. So it is really respectful that your friend, like you said, wanted to get your wife's permission first.
Yeah, anybody who does anything like that, they don't respect your relationship or the boundaries you set. Because that's that sets you up for what's that song, Love Train? It's like calling at 2 a.m. What are you calling here for?
Right. And that late, we sleep.
Right.
We are sleeping. We are enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
But I like my honey, he one of his friends one day I was at the grocery store and he was actually walking from the grocery store. He was like, is it okay if I get a ride? I was like, wait, let me call him to make sure it's okay. Because ain't nobody from to say you got in this car. A person, their eyes will fool them. So they'll probably be like, okay, well, I seen Sheila with such and such and they were riding right and it was never that. So I always, anytime, I don't give a damn, it could be 1,000 degrees outside and you about to melt. I'm going to call him first to make sure it's okay because I don't want nobody to go back and tell you anything different. And then you're going to sit in the back. You can't sit up front. You got to sit in the back. That's just respect. And
so you playing Uber?
I'd be a cab driver for that day, but and that's just respect.
Yeah.
If you have respect for yourself, you got to have respect for others. You got to have respect for their relationship, anybody's relationship. You got to have respect. So
yeah, I have a homegirl right now who's going through something this weekend. She was flying off the handle because somebody told her husband was with somebody, and she was flying off the handle, and this whole Facebook argument started. So I said, let me go in the DMs real quick. I said, take that down before it really gets bad. And I said, you don't want to put family business out.
No,
Right.
And that's a real stickler of mine
Right.
too. Like, if somebody is going through something in their relationship, don't post it. Don't
Right.
don't go on social media and post what is going on in your home. A lot of people like to see that. Don't
They
give
do.
them that energy, and definitely don't, because that's nobody's business. Work it out at home, but don't go.
Right.
And I see that a lot. Like, a lot of people will post their personal business or their relationship, what goes on in their home, on social media, and they eat it up.
Yeah.
That's a no-go. Whatever, if something goes on in this house, well, nobody know but me, him, and my kids. That is it. Or my sister, because I tell her everything.
Right.
But other than that, no.
Mm.
Because that'll bring the women or the men too, especially if they know you're going through something. They feel like, oh, you're vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for it. So,
Yeah. My wife asked me, she said, "Are you friends with any of your exes?" I'm like, no.
No.
They might pop up on the timeline here and there, and I might, if I see them out, I make sure they don't see us. So
No.
I think in all the time together, I think I read like 2 or 3. But they didn't. Well, one saw us, so I had to be like, so keep moving. But
keep it moving. You got to.
Yeah.
Because you're not from the city and somebody come, hey, you remember when? No, I don't.
Yeah.
No.
I don't want to say that I'm friends with any of my exes, because I do believe your exes are exes for a reason.
Right.
True story.
But I do have exes where beginning, during, end of a relationship was all positive, good stuff. Even you ended on good terms. So there's a part of me that still appreciates the lessons learned from that ex. So they're always like kind of have a close place in my heart. I have you have the exes where it's like, ugh, I'll never like, I
think all mine
but
pretty much
in my situation, I have some exes where it was like, it was what it was. It didn't work out, but I wish you well. And bye.
No. I'm with you on the bye part. I wish you the hell. No, but honestly, in all honesty, like, I'm the same way. Like, exes is exes. Ain't no, I just, you know what I'm saying? If I be friends with you, especially if you done me wrong, I'm just gonna keep thinking about that. So I'm,
they definitely have to end on decent terms in order for you to not want to like scowl when you see them.
Right.
If you see them, you know what I mean? But there's a couple out there I know I could think of. Like, if I saw them, it wouldn't be like, oh no, go away.
Oh, they probably would do that to me. Scowl at me. They might throw something at me.
Oh no,
man.
Nah.
I don't know, but I had all of them to me. I see them. Don't I know you? No, you do not. And don't be telling people I was your friend. We went together. Don't embarrass me.
Yeah. I've seen a couple. I just, like I said, I keep quiet. I give them the nod, or I'll be like, whatever. But
and keep moving.
Yeah, I don't feed into it, especially my situation with my wife, because nobody outside my circle knows who she is or what she looks like. Because I don't put her on social media. Even on our podcast, she's not on the podcast at all. So nobody knows. Yeah, nobody outside the circle knows her real name or what she looks like.
Right. Well, I tried to get my honey to come on today to discuss this, and he was like, "Yeah, he did," and he was like, "Mm." I was like, "We gonna be live," and he was like, "Mm."
Yeah.
I think he kind of got afraid because he's not used to this. So I was like, it's okay. You can get on and be you and stuff like that. But I think he kind of got scared because eyes is gonna be watching him, and he didn't want to say the wrong thing. And I was like, so I'm gonna try to get him to come on one day. Maybe we can discuss on Valentine's Day or something. I don't know.
It's a wrestling match to get my wife on. So she do okay the first 2 seasons, but the 3rd season, she's selective of when she wants to come on. So she's only been on this 3rd season like twice. So I've been doing most of them myself. So I just say whatever, go watch Judge Judy and I'll handle it.
I don't know. I think if we was to talk about something that he was more interested in, he'll most likely want to come on and be a guest. But this just was not one of them.
Nah, I can see why. he's like, nah, y'all not trapping me up.
Right. He'll probably like, nah. He can probably give me that side like, because I'm gonna say whatever. Whatever's on my stomach, I will throw it up. So he knows it. But this was definitely a great conversation. And I would love for you guys to definitely be a guest again whenever we
Absolutely.
Can definitely figure out what we want to talk about again. And we need to be on each other's shows. So
absolutely,
definitely. And I thank you guys so much. So y'all just let me know if you ever need me as a guest. And again, we definitely have to do this again. I enjoyed you guys so much. I was gonna introduce this business as well, but I have left all the information. So, but I promise you, because I know he's watching. I promise you, the next episode I would do it, but I have left all my information that I have to do it with. I promise you. But if you guys definitely want to go ahead and give them your information to your podcast, so they can also tune into you guys' podcast or any other thing that you guys are doing, like any other small businesses, y'all can go ahead and give it to our viewers.
Go ahead, Bridget.
Okay, so if you are into movies at all, then check out So That's What Happens. It's just an audio podcast for now, so I'm definitely going to come back to you for advice when I expand it to making it go live. I appreciate this experience. But yeah, come join. It's me and my best friend, and we unpack movies and what happens with them. So there are spoiler alerts and how we felt about them, or how they impacted us, or what they made us think. So that's what happens.
Make sure you send the link to my message me the link so I can definitely go follow.
Okay.
Well, my podcast is the Thursday podcast, and we talk about real love, real life, and it's real talk. And the way you spell that is hashtag TheHersday. It's me and my wife. We also go by the Two Harks. We are streaming on all platforms, including YouTube. We also have a Sunday afternoon gospel show on gospelimpactradio.com called Two Harks, Music, Inspiration, and Fun. And we goof off a lot of trending topics, a lot of good inspirational music. And we are currently starting up a new venture. We are sponsored by an online company called Sons of SP Phillips. And you can visit them at sonsofspphillips.com. And we are working with them and creating a new venture called SPP Media, where we are doing podcasts, photography, a lot of other stuff. Recently, I just finished a 6-week podcast course with working with an alternative school, and we finished it this week, and I posted it on our YouTube. The kid was really nervous, and I gave him all the ins and outs and the basics of podcasting, and pretty soon I'm going to teach those online as soon as I tweak it. But it was a great experience to start from scratch and to the end, and then be able to show him what he did. He was real nervous, but we had a good time doing it.
That's awesome. Make sure you send me your message me your links as well so I can follow you as well. And my mom, she said hello to me, Mom. I wasn't ignoring you. Hey, she was like, hello,
Who is?
baby.
Is that
So
Bessie?
I was not ignoring you, mommy.
Your
But
mom's name
you
Bessie?
guys already know my podcast, Ragz to Richez podcast. I also have that on Facebook as well as YouTube and Twitter. So all of them is the same thing, but the YouTube Ragz to Richez just have like the is Ragz to Richez, and then it has the lines between each word. And I also, a lot of them already know that I sell like the personalized tumblers. I do the Apple Watch bands, the beaded bracelets. So it's a lot that I do as well. So again, you guys, please go follow them. Again, I had an awesome time, and I want to thank you both, well, all three, for coming on, and we definitely have to do this again.
One thing.
Yes.
My IG and Facebook, 2 hearts.
Okay. Make sure y'all send me that information though. Message me
I
the
just did.
information. And okay. And
Yeah,
then also when I go back on my Facebook page and all that good stuff, I will be posting y'all information on there as well so they can go follow you guys as well. So
thank you.
till next time,
All right.
we're out. Peace.
Love y'all.
Bye. Bye.
All right.